Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Laurine and I'm the author of Unapologetically Resilient. The reason why I wrote this book is because I myself have been through a lot of trauma. I've been through a lot of trauma starting at the age of 4. A lot of people experience sexual abuse, molestation at the hands of family members, you guys. A statistic shows that, I think it said 1 out of 3 people that have been molested is because of a family member. And my story is no different. My mom left my father when I was before 1 year old. So then she quickly married into another family. And sadly, my step-aunt allowed her boys to sexually abuse me. And this confused me so much. And I remember calling out for help, but she would never help me. So part of the reason why I went into the helping profession was because I wanted to help people whose story was similar to mine, right? A lot of time the enemy attacks children at a young age so they don't fulfill their purpose. So they don't fulfill their purpose and who they are in Christ, right? A lot of times we allow our trauma to keep us stagnant, or we become the victims, turn around and become victimizers. So now they're evangelizing for the enemy, right? They're harming children in return, but I thank God that's not my testimony. When I did experience the sexual abuse at the age of 4, it did harm me in so many ways. Mentally, spiritually, it harmed me. And I felt like God left me. I felt like he didn't have his hand on my life. So it did veer me away from him. But I thank God that I found out that he's never left me, right? This is just a part of my testimony to help other people. And then through my book, I've helped so many people through their trauma, to show them that no matter what you go through, just because that was your beginning doesn't mean that it has to be your ending. That your chapter 1 doesn't have to look like your chapter 30. That God has been with you through it all. When Eve decided to eat that apple, now we live in a world of sin, right? And people make choices. People make choices that don't look like God and that affect and harm other people. So I wrote this book, Unapologetically Resilient, a guide of getting through trauma and living your full potential, because I feel like no matter what you've experienced, there's ways to get out on the other side. Romans 8:28, I want to make sure I read it correctly. It says, and we know that all things we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose, right? The Bible also states that before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. God knew you. He had a personal relationship with you before you were even formed in your mother's womb, right? So God knows, and he wants that relationship back with you. So no matter what your experiences are, it does not matter. Always rely on God. All things will work out for your good. All things, even the bad things, will eventually work out for your good, because through my testimony, through my trials, I've been able to help people who also have been molested, who's also been raped, who've also, like myself, witnessed abuse, right? Physical abuse, who witnessed verbal abuse. So that's my mini testimony. One day I will do a full-on testimony of my story. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.